It's 4:20 in the Mile High City. Grab your buds. It's time for PotTalk. PotTalk. It's where we talk about pot. PotTalk. It's where we talk about pot. PotTalk. Talk about pot.
Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's on the downside of Wednesday, which means we're closer to the weekend.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. World Viral TV PotTalk here. I'm Chad, Budtender Stars. Got my homie Grandpa Boots chilling with
Chad?
me.
What's up?
CT in the booth hanging out. Best producer in the
Mr.
whole
CT.
state of Colorado, dude. In the 303.
And Chad, we got...
Man, I'm stoned, dude. And we're blessed to have Miss Julie Dooley joining us tonight. What up, girl?
Julie's Organics.
Julie Dooley, love you. I have a clip of you at home. I couldn't get produced quite in time enough, but Julie, yours truly. She said, what? And
Julie Dooley, yours truly.
What?
I make Julie's Natural Edibles here in Denver, Colorado. Huge fan of Chad and CT. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
There we go.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got you. Thanks,
CT's got me.
Yeah.
Julie's a seasoned veteran. She knows how to talk into the mic on World Viral. I like that.
It's nice to have you around, dude. We appreciate you guys all for joining us. I'm really excited about being back in the middle of the season because there's been a lot of things that have been going on in the industry. We're going to try to educate you. We're going to try to just have some interesting talks and entertain you a little bit about what's going on in the Denver scene, which is important, right?
Yeah, what is going on this week, man?
I'm excited to have Julie on the couch because there was actually a movie premiere this last weekend.
Women of Weed.
Women of Weed. Mary Jane's Women of Weed.
I was happy to be in the audience. It was great.
You checked it out. You saw it.
I got to be there.
Cool.
And
Some
great
familiar
theater,
faces.
too.
Yeah, Alamo Draft House is awesome.
My God. My
Shout out
first
to
time.
them.
I
That's
loved
really cool.
it.
That's
I will
awesome.
be back.
I want to see it. I was excited. I didn't get a chance to get there, but I know that the women movement in the nation, I know that the women movement within the industry is awesome, and it's nice to have it represented with Julie on the couch. That's what I know.
So proud to be here.
I think Chad
As
and
the
I have
representing woman.
absolutely. I think Chad and I, like, since we started doing cannabis stuff together, have always been like, where are the ladies? You know, because this industry is really driven by women, and I don't think a lot of people know it.
I'll tell you where we were. We were not out of the closet yet.
But we were finding you. That was the cool thing. Like, me and Chad were getting to know Julie. We're getting to know, you know, all these other women
we
who
let
are
guys in.
Yeah.
Well, but
Or
you needed
people
to
of non-gender
protect
identity.
yourselves
Yeah.
too a little bit. I think it's interesting because the objectification of women isn't as prevalent in the industry, and I think that that's because a lot of women are the drivers behind the scenes. I think that there's a lot of really cool, positive aftermath of seeing it be way more equal than I expected when I said to Chad, "Hey, let's start finding ladies," and they were just everywhere.
I tried to have a season full of ladies, and I almost achieved it. We only fell short by a couple of weeks, but there's so many strong women in the industry, and I love how the social movement is encouraging it alongside all of the hashtags that are going on right now.
And what it really stands for is unity, and we believe, you know, together. We have a singular goal of cannabis.
Right.
Passion and
the love. That's what you were saying beforehand. The love. It all fits together.
We got to give a little bit of love to our sponsors, Colorado Harvest Company. If you haven't been in there, you need to. Julie's, I love the product. It's been around for a while. I've known you for a long time. You've been on the show a lot, and there's been a lot of things that have been going on within your company. I'm excited to be able to talk about how she's revolutionizing the industry just with what's going on with your company.
You think it's revolutionary?
I do.
So
I
sweet.
think that moving to co-packing is so
it was a big
changing.
deal.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted, and I didn't even do anything. I'm trying to hashtag where I am, but we'll do it.
We got some time.
Don't let social media get to you that hard. That sucks. Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you a little bit?
Hell yeah,
so
please.
Briefly, my landlord came in one day and said he was selling the building, so we had to leave Julie's, and we didn't have very long. And in our industry, we cannot just go to another facility. It has to be a licensed facility.
Right.
And to be a fully licensed operating kitchen, it had to be done before you can start producing again. So I would have had all this downtime. And in the meantime, some gal friends of mine, since we're mentioning that, came to me. And that's what intrigued me. It was like, I know these peeps. we seem to have an honest rapport with each other, and for me, that's kind of all it is. Like, is there a connection there? And then I liked, and then listening to what they were offering was basically, look, they have the kitchen and they want to start doing production, but they don't want to invent a product.
Right.
So with me, they were able to, because I'm already sold on the shelves. And in the state of Colorado Harvest Company, one of my favorites. I go in there to buy pot all the time.
We got some hella deals going on over there too right now.
I personally love shopping at CHC.
Solid.
She gave me a live endorsement. That's worth something.
Live endorsement.
Checks in the mail.
And so that's sort of what was able to happen. That's the premise of the whole thing, is that they were getting past my products, and now all they do is begin production and packaging, and I would tell them where to deliver it to. Of course, there's hiccups because they're brand new at production and making my products, although they're very straightforward recipes, there's still nuances when you come with cannabis. And so there's a learning curve that went with that. There's a learning curve with the laboratories, and new regulations were passed simultaneously. So, but it did cause major delays. So 8 weeks into it, I'm still not fully ready for shelf again. And that's been really hard personally.
Right.
Because it was like, I was just pedal to the metal for the last 3-4 years.
She was. If you don't know Julie's story, she was a hardcore mom that took off, dude.
Because the kids don't care where you are after a while. Once they grow up, they're like, Mom, you don't have to check in anymore.
Right.
So you have free time. It's a good time to really explore what are you passionate about. And you know the story about why Julie's came to be. And it's very personal. Obviously, that's kind of why I put my name on it, the package. There used to be another name, Kate. It was Julie and Kate's Baked Goods.
Right.
Kate, and I'm sure I've told this story, but Kate had a need. She had a very serious brain tumor. She had a need for cannabis. Julie, I personally had a need. And my need was celiac disease. And that is an autoimmune, for those of you who are not familiar with it. And what that means is I'm lucky in that I get to heal myself by just pulling out foods from my diet. And then I'm better. And I'm really healthy. So that was great. I mean, because you know how many diagnoses people could get.
Right.
Absolutely.
With my symptoms, and they're gross. But, I weighed 90 pounds at one time, and my stomach stuck out to here. It looked like I was 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Because I was just so sick from eating crackers. I mean, in the end, I was eating crackers and soup. And that was it. And that was killing me. So simple.
Yeah.
Anyway, so go a little farther backwards. And a fun fact about Julie Dooley is I am a real live deadhead. I followed Jerry Garcia in the band since I was a little girl. My brother is 10 years older than me, Tom, who's 60 this year. So now that dates how old I am this year. But he's
29, 28.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to accept 50 because that's how old I'm going to be. But anyway, I digress. The point is that eventually somebody told me that I had celiac disease and I needed to cut out gluten in my diet.
Right.
And so you don't just do that.
Right.
Because now all of a sudden I'm learning that there's an entire new medicine. And it's not new. It's actually the older medicine, and that's Eastern, and all of these other therapies that have nothing to do with the pill, because a pill was not going to cure me.
Right.
So I'm a deadhead, like I said, and I had quit. You have kids, and you're like, whatever. That's just not part of your life at that point. But then all of a sudden, it was Kate's around, and she's like, Julie, can you get me an ounce? And I was like, how hard can it be? And it wasn't. I just tapped into a couple of my old school friends, and it was right there. Yeah. So then we got back into it, and I realized that it was unbelievable at helping me. So anybody who has celiac disease right now, and you're in excruciating pain, first of all, cut out the gluten, and second of all, take a puff and
just relax.
But it does something.
Right.
It's
the
medicine
down the stomach, and
it
calms the nerves of the stomach, and
it takes care of you from the core and spreads to the out, dude.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's science
it's a really
too.
Beautiful way of saying that.
Yeah. But it is. It's inside out. It's really cool.
And it was as simple as food. It was like, there's no pill. And so you learn. And I was at a juncture in my life that I had tons of time to learn. And so I have three sisters and a mother I'm very close with, and immediately got in touch with them. And I was like, if I have it, odds are somebody else has it. And it turns out all 5 of us actually have an autoimmune. Different forms, they show up. So you don't know what the symptoms are. People, if you are struggling at all with any kind of physical something that's just not perfect right now, listen to your body. First
Right.
of all, pay attention to what it's trying to tell you, and cut out some of the shit that you're putting into it.
Right.
Okay?
Just like gluten, damn it. Just like
Damn it.
gluten.
And
There's-
sugar. If you've got a rash, a skin rash, cut out
Cannabis can
sugar.
help in many, many ways. Cutting shit out of your diet can help in many, many ways.
So that's it. I'm done telling you. But
Perfect.
that's how the company then, of course, became eventually. Long story short, all of these things that I already was learning about having an autoimmune and what cannabis was helping me for. Eventually, I became my stomach can digest food
Right.
now, and I can eat like a normal person. So this was the kind of food that I can eat on a regular basis, and it's
Perfect.
in the end, it was perfect. It's just you simplified. Like you just went back 1,000 years, and it was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be
Well,
eating.
and that's it. So, we're on the show, and Julie's talking about how cannabis affects her.
We got some products to review, and we got a lot more to talk about when it comes to the music because we might have a special guest. Throw it to a break.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
What's up? We're Crazy Town, and you are watching World Viral TV.
The cough.